Here we are on what's going to be a full tripped out Thursday, and I couldn't sleep. I don't know why. I don't know how, but we're here for y'all. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
I have the feeling we're going to be using Chris's question a lot in our discussions today. Good morning. Welcome to the tripped out Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. This first portion is presented in part by SeatGeek. Use the code Snowman for $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan. Victor Locke joins us from Chicago. How are you, my friend?
Oh, man, I am doing all right, Snowman. How about yourself?
I'm tired. I'm using my wife's vocabulary. I'm not tired. I'm tired. That's why I'm fixing my coffee this morning, getting ready to roll here. Mostly football today. Chris Simpson will join us at the bottom of this hour, and then of course hour 2. It's all about Chris Dietz and the college football playoff. And good Lord, we didn't get a chance to get to that yesterday. And a shout to Allison Moran. Her child is sick this morning. She will join us next week. So, Allie, you take care of yourself and your family. Man, where do we start? Who's the next NFL coach on the chopping block? What do you? Who do you think? Because the most obvious choice is now gone, and that's Eberflus.
Right, Eberflus
Most obvious choice is gone. The first scapegoat of the year was Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
And we all saw that coming. All right? We all saw that coming. Who's next?
One who everyone knows who I want it to be.
Am I familiar with this coach?
Yes. We talked about him yesterday.
Oh, Pennywise.
Mm-hmm.
Now I won't ask the foolish question of why you think he should be fired. I mean, hell, I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 5 years of nothing.
Yes.
It's been 5 years of nuff and ing. But of course, we have to deal with the moronic republic of Cowboy Nation.
Right. And I said it was gonna I said it was gonna happen, and it happened in my Discord. I said before that because of what happened with Amani,
Yes.
Oruwaliye, I think his name is.
Or Huawei.
Oruwaliye. That the Moroccan Republic is going to blame him for the loss, and that's exactly what happened. I said,
I know.
I said in my Discord, I said Pennywise needs to go 2 years ago, and the Cowboys will always be stuck in mediocrity as long as he's at the helm. And the game against Cincinnati just proved it.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately, I got deluged with, it wasn't his fault. It was Amani's fault. You can't blame it on him.
Of course. Of course.
And I said, yes, Amani may have lost the game for us, but Pennywise has never put us in a position to win and win long term.
Would you mind speaking that again, please?
Pennywise has never put us in a position to win and win long term. You look at the teams that the Cowboys have won against, and it's been nothing. It's been no contest. They're not going to get me to celebrate a win against the Giants. Okay?
Right.
They're in our division. They're division rivals.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not competition, sadly.
No, they're not.
And it won't be for quite some time.
Nope.
We won against the Redskins, which was fine, but trust me, that's not going to last.
Mm-hmm.
And I still dread us taking on the Eagles.
As you should.
Because Saquon Barkley is the gift that keeps on giving. But you look at games like the Falcons, the Lions, and the Saints, and the Ravens. Those are games that we could have won, not the Lions, but the games like the Ravens and the Saints, games we could have won and got beat down. That is a Pennywise issue.
And that's an organization. That's a Pennywise issue, and that's an organization issue.
I don't want to hear it being all about the players. No, this is a coaching issue. And if you don't think that Pennywise is worth, isn't worth a damn, just go back to the divisional game against San Fran for the biggest indictment against Pennywise. You mean to tell me you want to stick behind a coach who put, at the time, our star running back and line him up as center to get drilled by the 49er defensive line? That's what you want to sit behind? What other coaches are in danger? See, it's kind of hard to tell because some of the teams that are low man on the totem pole don't have a lot of talent around them. So you're not quite sure if it's a coaching issue or a talent issue. So that's kind of hard to do. But who do you have on your chopping block?
Well, Pennywise, that's obvious. Okay. Pennywise is obvious. Brian Dable from the Giants, he needs to go.
Yeah.
He's lost that team.
Yes, he has.
He's lost that team, and it's just stupid. with what happened to him after they made the playoffs, mind you.
Mhm.
After they made the playoffs.
If Sirianni falls apart again towards the end of the
Mhm.
season, he might be out the door. Because he
Sirianni
has
doesn't win a Super Bowl. He's done.
Because he's had so much talent
Mhm.
for the past 2-3 years
Mhm.
to only come up with one Super Bowl appearance.
One. Mhm.
So no, he's got to come away with a big one.
Yep.
And I think this year has to be his do or die year.
I think it is. I think it is his do or die year. I think it's Sirianni's do or die year.
Of course, a big shout out to my man Cool Breeze McCain, who had yet another amazing episode of Eagles League podcast. I got a chance to watch that yesterday.
Man,
finally, because for some reason I couldn't get the notifications on when he went live.
We'll talk about that off the air because I have some cuss words for that.
But man, he had another great show, and
yes, shout to the Cool Breeze. Shout to the Cool Breeze.
The South, the NFC South, has been the enigma. Well, they've been an enigma because you talk about a division that should be in the doldrums and kind of are.
Yep.
But teams have been cooking also too, which is weird. Saints got early cooking. Same thing with the Falcons. I mean, almost a renaissance year for Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins. Almost being the operative word. And then you got Tampa Bay,
who somehow is leading the division again. Somehow leading the division again. And how in the hell is that possible?
And then you got Carolina, who, even though is still a dumpster fire, put up one hell of a fight against the Eagles.
1 4th down away. 1 4th down away.
Bryce Young looking like what the Panthers have been waiting for him to be.
Yes.
I mean, they've been waiting for him to be a good functioning quarterback, and he's doing a doggone thing.
Now, a couple of improvements along the offensive line. You get yourself a running back, and Carolina will be dangerous. Carolina will be dangerous.
You give him a couple weapons, like you said, running back and more protection on the offensive line. You might have yourself a squad that might end up taking over the NFC South.
Exactamundo.
And then we got your side in NFC West. We already know what happened with the 49ers being beat to you know what.
Well, I think every coach in that division is safe.
That's what I thought too, because there's no way you're getting a Shanahan.
I think every coach in that division is safe.
I was thinking that maybe Seattle might be.
And the reason I believe they're safe, who expected the NFC West to come down to Arizona
and Seattle?
Yeah.
And I thought
there they are at the top of the division.
Right. And I was thinking that Seattle would have a coaching change, but no.
They've gotten their act together. Shout to them.
Yeah, they've done exceptionally well.
Shout to them. They've gotten their act together.
They've done exceptionally well. I'm actually quite proud of them.
Me too. I love to see teams prove me wrong. Okay? I love seeing that. And people don't think I do, but I do. I do, man. And what folks really don't get is why we love doing this. This is fun.
Yeah. And it's not always about being proven right. Sometimes being proven wrong makes it even better.
It does, man. And we welcome differing opinions. All right, we welcome differing opinions.
I'll say this: Philadelphia, Saquon Barkley is the gift that keeps on giving.
Saquon Barkley is the most valuable player.
Yeah, his play has been just magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
Just magnificent. And all I ask is that Philly continues to trust him more.
Yep.
And just keep feeding the ball. Keep feeding the ball.
And for Jalen Hurts, yeah, you got to find your passing offense, but you got to do it within your offense.
Exactly.
I would love to see Philadelphia have like a 500-yard game, and it's balanced.
Yeah.
And it's balanced.
200 on the ground, 300 through the air.
You read my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You read my mind.
Couple touchdowns apiece.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what you need. That's what you need.
That's exactly what you need. Which coach do y'all think is on the hot seat? Let us know
Is your coach on the hot seat? That's a good question for all you guys.
That is great. That's a great question.
And is your coach on the hot seat? And if so, why?
Mm-hmm. If so, why? That is a great question. Take a pause. When you all get back, Bill Belichick is wearing Carolina blue. Oh, boy. This definitely deserves an even deeper dive. And I called it.
Yes, you did.
I called it yesterday.
Yes, you did.
People say it won't work. I say it will. I'll explain when y'all get back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad
bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back to this Tripped Out Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have you all with us on all of our video and radio networks. Something I said yesterday is now fact. We talked about Bill Belichick and the possibility of him coaching the North Carolina Tar Heels, the good, the bad, the ugly. And at the end, I said, I think it'll happen. Call me Nostra Snowman, baby, because Bill Belichick is now the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, and that program is about to see a change that they haven't seen. Even with Larry Fedora winning the Coastal Division in 2015, even with Mac Brown being in there on 2 occasions, you just know when a coach is going to up a program or up a team. I referenced the late, great Bill Walsh. I referenced Mike Ditka.
Jim Johnson as well.
Jimmy Johnson. I mean, what can you say about what he did? What can you say about what George Seifert did? But when Mac Brown took over the University of Texas, that program got up. Thank you, Mac Brown, and thank you, Vince Young, for an incredible Rose Bowl in 2005.
Right.
There was something about the year 2005, man.
The structure is going to change in UNC.
Yes.
And I believe it's going to be for the better.
I believe so too. I believe so too, man. You know, there's so many of these top pundits, and yes, I'm using the air quotes for top pundits, Colin Cowherd included, that say in time it'll be a disaster. Okay, if it's a disaster in time, then I was wrong. So be it. But I don't think that'll be the case. I think the structure is good for what UNC desires. Wins. Not to mention a sellout crowd each and every week.
And like I said, with the way the structure is going to be, it could be a way to stonewall any type of controversies or type of actions. That's what you need, especially in the college ranks. We've seen a lot of schools have been taken down by these massive controversies.
Yes.
And I don't see that happening under a Belichick-led UNC team. UNC's
I don't see that either. And his first thing is going to be recruiting and establishing a class that in the future will solidify UNC's decision to bring him aboard. But he has some work to do.
Yes.
He has some work to do. I mean, the ACC is wide. Jay Spivey has said it each and every week. The ACC is wide open. Okay? The ACC is absolutely wide open. All right? So I think this is good for them.
It is. I think so too.
But the recruiting is going to be the question. How is the recruiting going to be handled under Belichick? How is he going to step into that area and recruit locally? Or another question is he going to pull a Deion Sanders?
I was just going to go there.
Use the transfer portal.
And I think transfer portal will be, again, like with Deion Sanders, a good startup point because you're going to have a lot of people who, followed New England for so long.
Yep.
Especially during the Belichick-Brady era.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, man, if he's going to be like, what do you think he's going to do at cultivating new talent?
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they're going to want to go there. And like I said, just like with Deion, if he gets UNC to a bowl game or to a championship or, to the
playoffs.
To the playoffs, I mean, that would get a lot of homegrown talent to join there too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whew. The possibilities are so endless, man.
They are.
The possibilities are endless. And with coaches like Belichick, old school coaches like Belichick, who had a chance to cultivate what kind of program he wants at the NFL level with the New England Patriots, 24 seasons. Hello.
Right.
Okay. 24 seasons.
Definitely sounds like a good plan. A good plan to me.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think would be some of the downfalls and some of the negatives? Because they're going to come out and talk about it.
Yeah.
What do you think would be some of the negatives of a coach like Bill Belichick being at North Carolina?
There could be some culture clashes.
Yeah.
The youth, especially when it comes to younger talent coming in, probably not one to conform.
Mm-hmm.
Probably some pushback, some rebellion.
And that part right there, the pushback from the younger kids,
the
pushback, which is leading to why you said a moment ago of using the transfer portal to build your program to start before you get into the hotbed.
Right.
Because when you bring a coach like Belichick in who has been proven to do it all and bring championships,
exactly,
you're going to expect that in the beginning. If you just use recruits, local recruits at that, and you don't get anything,
right,
and you don't get a playoff appearance, then the back talk happens of, why did we bring him aboard? Why did we waste all this money?
Right.
And there's a lot of money involved.
Or was it just all a fluke,
Yes.
Could it have been just Tom Brady and Gronkowski carrying Belichick? Which, when you look at how bad the Patriots were after Brady,
yes,
there's some credence to that.
And not just after Brady, but after Belichick.
Right.
So there's credence to that also, of how bad they were after Brady left for Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
There's some credence to that.
And then you brought in Cam Newton, and that didn't do anything. That didn't match anything.
And that fell flatter in a pancake.
Mm-hmm.
That fell flatter in a pancake.
So you do have a lot of questions, and a lot of people are going to be having those questions.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that what Belichick has to do is he has to get a hold of that team early and let them know, hey, if you stick with me, if you listen to me, and you follow the rules that I've placed out, not only will you be set up for great success here, but even greater success when you go into the NFL or wherever you want to go.
Bingo. I mean, you can't lose with that, but it's going to require patience.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to require patience.
Lots of it.
Given today's society,
instant gratification, baby.
I love the way you put that, because when I was struggling with a couple of things, that was the first phrase you used, and I'm glad you did. Wife did the same thing. Don't think instant gratification. Think long term.
long term. Start
Mm-hmm.
your foundation, because basically Belichick is going to be building from the foundation up.
Mm-hmm.
This is UNC basically pushing the plunger.
Yep.
And trying to start all the way over.
Yes. Yes.
And they're going to need time to do it. It's the same thing that happened with Dion in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Is you need time to put, because this was Colorado's way of pushing the plunger, starting over.
Yes. Yes.
So it's going to take time, but you have to give them that time.
And admittedly, and you've preached that to me. Jody has preached that to me.
Mm-hmm.
I am not the world's most. Once upon a time, I was. I am not the world's most patient person, and that's come with age, and I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working on it. Okay, let me just be upfront and honest, as God is my witness. I'm still working on that, even at age 52. And people would think, well, you should already have patience. Take a walk in my shoes for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff you gotta go through. Yeah, patience is not gonna be a virtue.
No. And it certainly hasn't been for me, but I'm working at it.
The way I learn patience,
mm-hmm.
I take up fishing.
Yes.
Take up fishing. You don't learn patience when you fish.
Ain't that the truth?
I love fishing. I haven't gone in years. I gotta like get stuff together with my life, with my driving situation and all that. But once I do, I want to take my brothers, all of them, out to like the lake and just go fish.
Just go fish, man. Old School 2.0 joins us. He says, I do remember a lot of Patriots games that they could have lost it had it not been for the defense. I just think you have to have both a good coach and a good quarterback. True.
Very much so. Very much so.
And again, I reference Bill Walsh. Using a third round pick in Joe Montana, and the rest, as they say, is history. All right, 36 after the hour, and there's something that we got to do because, yeah, I will say right now, I'm afraid of what will happen tonight at Levi's Stadium. Let's break that down, as well as the college football playoff. Here's Chris. Time for Simpsons Football Chatter, presented by SeatGeek. Use the code Snowman for $20 off of your first purchase. Good morning, Chris. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. What's going on? How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Okay. I said we talk Thursday Night Football, which is the chief reason why I brought you aboard, but the hell with that. I'm going to do what Georgia did and call an audible. Chris, we'll start here. Your thoughts on the 12 teams that are in the college football playoff, because I know you've been itching to talk about this with me.
They got it right. I mean, we knew Oregon was going to be the one seed. They're the best team in the country. They beat you with efficiency. They can push the ball up the field in a plethora of different ways. And Dylan Gabriel is the catalyst of everything that they do offensively. And that's the reason why he's a Heisman candidate. And he's going to be out here by me in New York on Saturday. Georgia just squeaking by to get past Texas. And you couldn't have asked Texas to play much better defense than what they did on Saturday. It was their inconsistent offensive efforts that lost them this football game, because when you get in the red zone, you're not going to beat Georgia kicking field goals. You got to score. You got to punch the ball in the end zone in some way, shape, or form. And they got it right. I mean, SMU deserved to be there, because that debate came in. Hey, what about Alabama? One, Alabama lost 3 games. 2, why would we punish a team who actually played in their conference title game and won it, but try to reward a team who didn't even play in their conference title game? So, yeah, I look at that. It should be fun. Got a first round. I mean, the matchups are intriguing.
And we'll get to the matchups in just a moment. You talked about something very important, and when we did Georgia, Texas, and Austin, I said it would take a touchdown to lift the lid off that game. Well, Georgia got the first touchdown, and they also got the last one.
Yeah.
And they blew them out 30 to 15.
Yeah.
In this game this past Saturday, Georgia got the first touchdown in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Stretched their lead to 7 at 13-6 at once upon a time. But man, how can you have 250 plus yards of offense and not have a touchdown in the first half?
Yeah, you just got to give credit to Texas defense. I mean, Texas has been one of the Texas to me is the best defense in the country. I think they're the best defensive team entering this tourney. They have athleticism, they have depth, they have push up front, and they did their part. But what the offense did was the equivalent in baseball to wasting a pitcher's strong effort on the mound. He's throwing 7 innings, and he's kept you in the game, but your offense isn't backing him up. That's pretty much what Texas offense did to the defense on Saturday.
Yeah, they did. They did. Georgia wins that 22-19. Then you had the fabulous finish in the ACC tournament with SMU and Clemson.
Yeah.
And both teams got rewarded because, as you said, Chris, they played in the championship game in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this SMU team and how they were able to perform so well in their first year in the ACC.
I mean, no one knew what to expect. They, their coach, his name is skipping me right now, but he decided to make a change and put Kevin Jennings in at quarterback, and the rest is history. But the bell cow to this offense is the running back, Brashard Smith. About 5'10", 5'11". He's a hard runner. He may be considered to be one of the 3 best backs in the country behind Cam Scatterbo and Ashton Genty. But I mean, they do it defensively. They're balanced offensively, and they could be a tough out.
Yeah. Rhett Lashley is the
correct. Yeah, Rhett Lashley,
head coach at SMU.
Right.
And SMU is all the way back from the death penalty of the 80s, the doldrums of the 90s, and this is their second straight conference title after winning the American Conference last year. But the second straight conference title, a game appearance, I beg your pardon.
Right.
They won the title last year, almost won it this year. And like you said, staying with SMU, they were rewarded for playing one hell of a championship game.
They were again. They kind of remind me of TCU 2 years ago. The situation mirrors one another because TCU, I remember losing that game to Kansas State, and the committee still put them in as one of the 4. And then look, they beat Michigan, and then they get to the conference title game where they fall short to Georgia.
I mean, Victor, you talked about it earlier in the show today about how a culture can propel a team. And you look at teams like SMU, you look at teams like Arizona State, you look at teams like Texas and Georgia and Boise State, and we'll get to them in a moment. But Victor, you said it earlier in the show today, when you have the right culture, success will follow. We'll come back to Victor in a moment. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Arizona State. Wow. What a performance in their first year in the Big 12. And they were picked last.
Yeah.
Look, last in the Big 12.
Listen, this is credit to Kenny Dillingham. He's done it the right way. He brings the best out in his players. And here's the thing: football's a young man's game now. He's young.
It is.
So he can connect with his players, and yeah, I mean, they're fun to watch. They're going to be a fun team. I mean, Cam Scatterbo really makes that offense go.
Why is Cam Scatterbo not a Heisman choice?
He should be. He should be. But I like the 4 that they have with obviously Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, Dylan Gabriel, and Cam Ward. I thought Cam kind of struggled a little bit toward the end, but yeah, I probably would take Cam out and put Scatterbo in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because Miami's playoff hopes were dashed at Syracuse.
Right.
If Miami wins that game, they're playing for the ACC championship.
I agree.
And not Clemson.
Right.
but Cam Ward had, after they led 21-0, Cam Ward's performance was subpar. And
It
like you
was.
said, I would take him out and replace him with Cam Scatterbo, because as the season got longer, Scatterbo got stronger.
Bingo. Bingo. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. No, it's gonna be interesting just to see how this 12-team format pans out.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see this, and it gets started next Friday with the Battle of Indiana, Notre Dame and Indiana from South Bend. And we've talked about it before, Chris. What would a playoff game in South Bend in December be like? We're gonna get our answer.
Yeah, we're about to find out. I mean, Indiana's been such a great story, but I truly feel that Notre Dame, they woke up after the loss to Northern Illinois in
Mm-hmm.
week two, and they weren't just sliding by opponents. They were dominating their
Yes.
opponents, doing it with a consistent running game, doing it with defense, and most importantly, just letting Riley Leonard kind of control things. But he's going to have to make
Mm-hmm.
a couple throws or two down the field.
Yeah. I'm going to love seeing that game. And Indiana, like you said, such a story. And it all starts with Curtis Rourke at the quarterback position.
It does. It does. He has such a command and control of that offense. But I also think it has to do with the coach. I just love what Kurt Signetti has done with this program. He's elevated this program to being relevant once again.
No one expected Indiana to do anything in the Big Ten, and yet here they are in a playoff position. They don't
Yeah.
have to go far to play their first ever playoff game. They go to
Right.
Notre Dame, Battle of Indiana. First time these two teams have met since 1991.
That's crazy.
And there's a spot in the quarterfinals hanging in the balance.
Yeah, that's crazy.
With this game, and let's get to our previews here. Let's do this first one. Notre Dame and Indiana. First time they met since 91. Both offenses are powerful. Their defenses woke up throughout the season. In fact, Indiana's only big time loss was to Ohio State in Columbus. And then they did what they did to poor Purdue.
Yeah,
Which is wild.
I think Notre Dame does just enough to win this game. I think Indiana can keep it close, but that atmosphere in Notre Dame is really gonna be something to watch.
Mm-hmm. It most certainly is. Now let's get to the Saturday triple header, and we'll start it in Happy Valley with SMU and Penn State.
I like Penn State. I just think they're gonna physically dominate in the trenches, and that's something SMU really isn't known to do. Be a physical football team. They can, but Penn State can dominate you defensively, and I think Drew Allard has a big game. I think he can, put the team on his back, take over, and the defense will do the rest.
You think Drew gets 300 in this game?
I could see it.
Okay. I could easily, with these two teams, I could easily see 1,000 yards of offense.
Yeah, I could too.
I could easily see 1,000 yards of offense. The middle game of the triple header comes to us from Austin, Texas. It's Clemson. It's Texas. It's 100,000 people. We did Texas, Georgia with 100,000 people. They were all quieted by Georgia. It's Clemson this time who got run over by Georgia, and I think Texas wakes up after choking away this SEC championship. I think they wake up in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the Texas Longhorns as well. They're just going to be too much, and I just don't think Cade Klubnik has seen a defense this dynamic maybe since Georgia in week one.
Yeah. I have Texas winning this game, and now the feature game of the night, which is our third on Snowman Multimedia, and Victor's going to join me for this. Hopefully, Chris will join me for this. It's Tennessee. It's Ohio State in the Horseshoe. You want to talk about an atmosphere? We talked about it with Notre Dame. We're going to see it with Penn State. We're definitely going to see it with Texas. And now this. You have an SEC team in Tennessee traveling to Ohio State.
Yep.
To play the Buckeyes.
I'm going to take
100,000 plus.
I'm going to take Tennessee in this one. They're physical.
Same.
They can get the running game going with Dylan Sampson, and they can attack the interior of the offensive line of Ohio State.
Two things that Tennessee is armed with that they travel with very, very well.
Yep.
A defense and a running game.
Yeah.
We've said it all week. And Victor, I come to you. We've said it all week when we spotlighted this game on Tuesday. Tennessee and Ohio State. The rest of the pundits are picking Ohio State. We are not.
Yeah. As much as I love Ohio State, I got to go to Tennessee because the defense is probably going to win the day for that.
Yep. It most certainly is. And Tennessee's running game is nothing to be messed with. Just ask Alabama.
Right.
Exactly.
Just ask Alabama. And then we got the four buys: Oregon, Arizona State, Boise State, and Georgia. All four are conference champions. All four deserve to bye, especially Georgia, with the way Texas was dominating them in the first half. Their quarterback Carson Beck suffers an injury, and Gunnar Stockton comes in and just runs that offense like he's like, hey, I've been doing this. I've been doing this all year. I've just been in Carson Beck's body running this thing. Your thoughts, Chris, on Gunnar Stockton and how he picked up this Georgia offense?
I mean, he did what he had to do, and on top of that, there's no tape on Gunner, so he was able to kind of keep things afloat and move and just handle his business. And they didn't need him to take the game over. Hand the ball off, run the ball, and the defense will do the rest. And that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Speaking of a running game, the winner of Penn State and SMU has to see a lot of blue turf in Boise, Idaho, and they take on the third-ranked Boise State Broncos. And Chris, there's a lot of tape on this Boise State team. You know what you're going to get, which is a ton of Ashton Genty, who is averaging 194 yards. Think about this, folks. Ashton Genty is averaging 194 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
And you have Penn State or SMU coming to them? Oh, boy.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be interesting. Can't wait for it to all take place.
Me neither. That'll come after. That'll come your way before the new year. And then one of my surprises, but they deserve a top four, and we talked about them earlier in the program, Arizona State.
Yeah, they played well when they had to. I mean, they're a conference champ. How are you not going to reward a team that not only won a share of their conference, but won their conference title?
Yes, they deserve a top four.
Yeah.
And then you got the number one team in the land in the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, and that was to be expected. I mean, they've done it all year long, and Dan Lanning has become a top 5 coach in the country.
Oh, man. I love what he's done in the Big Ten.
I do, too.
I love what he's done in the Big Ten. And since they beat Ohio State by 1, they woke up the same way Notre Dame did and just ran over everybody. They ran over everybody. They ran through everybody. And this high-powered, high-tech, hyper offense is based on a running game.
Bingo. Jordan James is a difference maker.
He is, man.
Yeah.
He is. Jordan James is definitely a difference maker. And what can you say about that Oregon defense that really picked it up?
Well, this doesn't surprise me because Dan Lanning is a defensive-minded guy. I mean, he was the architect behind the 2021 Georgia team. So, yeah.
It's going to be fun, folks.
Yep.
And all of us are in agreement. Tennessee beats Ohio State in the horseshoe.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I am not impressed with the second half of Ohio State's season.
Me either.
Particularly not impressed because when you had Michigan on the ropes several times.
And that is what started their downfall.
Exactly.
Because they were world beaters up until and that's a rivalry game that you should have absolutely destroyed the Wolverines.
Yeah.
You should have killed Michigan and their bowl hopes.
Right.
Michigan loses that game. They don't have a ball game. Okay. They're going to. You should have destroyed Ohio State when you have a chance to knock out a team from a place where you want to go, which is the college football playoff and a chance to play for a national championship.
In the words of Coach Dennis Green.
Yeah.
In the words of Coach Dennis Green of the Arizona Cardinals, they let them off the hook.
Yep. But nah,
They let Michigan off the hook.
Nah, but this is definitely gonna be fun. Can't wait for all of it to unveil. I previewed 2 of the games already this week, and then I previewed the other 2 next week. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it also. We're gonna have every college football playoff game on Snowman Sportsnet. Make sure that y'all tune in. That's my buddy Chris Simpson, my broadcast partner, my dear friend. And Chris, I got to say it again, and I say it all the time to you, and I mean every word of this. I love you. Thank you very much for not only being patient with me and my crew and the show and everything. And I'll tell you what, folks, when Chris and I met and I started Snowman in the morning, Chris was like, man, you got to let me on your show. I said, what? He said, let me on your show. Trust me. That's all he kept saying. And I was trying to get it all organized. I've got it all organized.
Yeah.
Chris, you have a spot on each and every week, my brother. I love you very much. Thanks for coming.
Love you back, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Talk to you next week.
Man. Thank you so much.
He was one of the first ones that kept saying, look, give me a shot. I can help. And at the time when I had so much turbulence going on in my life, I didn't realize how much I would be leaning on the show to help get me through the turbulence. Man, this man knows his stuff.
Absolutely. It's always so much fun to chop it up with Mr. Simpson, with Chris. It is so much fun.
All right, we reached the end of period 1. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to get totally deets and do a deep dive into every single playoff game. And boy,
howdy.
Lord have mercy. Or as Chris Bates says best, Lord have mercy. Hour 2 after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extra berth. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from car tips to hot topics to meet me of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
To Fresno, California we go, and Latina in Cali has greeted us. She says, hi, guys. Good morning. Good morning to you. And she says, if you aren't simulcasting to Rumble yet, I hope you will soon. Well, you may get your wish here in the next 90 seconds. So we will see. I'm busy working on that now as we speak. So thank you, Latina and Cali, for joining us as always. But man,
I gotta send a shout out to to our buddy Mr. Dog himself, the big dog Shane Lake.
Yeah.
Do not worry, brother. We got you back, and
We
we are
got
waiting
you.
for your return when you get here. Take your time.
As many times as y'all have gotten me in the health issues that I've dealt with, I appreciate you guys, and Dog, we appreciate you, our producer extraordinaire. Ray Hamna has joined us. He says, "Peace and blessings, Snowman." Thank you for that as well. You know what? I don't want to hear another doggone thing
about
the NBA Cup. I don't want to hear another doggone thing about that. I don't want to hear another. Matter of fact, I don't want to hear another doggone thing about the NBA until February.
You don't want to hear anything about the NBA until February?
I don't want to even hear the NBA on Christmas. I mean every word of that. Because
words of being a troll. Oh, but why? I know why.
You already know why.
I know why.
These trolls don't.
It's been a sieve for a long time.
Man, I still want to know why they created this. Well, I already know why. It's a money grab.
Why.
I already know why.
It's a cash grab.
It's a cash grab. It's a cash grab.
It's cash grab, and it's something again that the lesser teams can vie for, because we know they're not going to be of any relevance when it comes to June.
Which includes our buddy Arku's Oklahoma City Thunder.
And
probably going to wind up getting the number 1 seed in the West, and they're going to fall flat on their face. I nearly said it in another way. Again,
between them, the Suns,
Mavericks. Man, who? You know, all I gotta say is, he says, "Yeah, keep talking smack." You're darn right, I'm gonna. You're darn tootin', I'm gonna. Until your OKC Thunder decides to grow a set, and they won't, I'm gonna keep talking. I don't care. You understand me? I don't care. I don't care. I don't bleeping care. You understand that? Until your OKC Thunder decides to grow a set and actually do what they need to do and actually win the doggone thing, shut up.
Well, the West has always been stacked, though, so it's going to be a monumental miracle.
I know.
Get out of it.
And plus, I know it's December and it's not April.
Right.
Okay. I know that. That's why I mess with guys like Arku. Mess with him all the time. He messes with us the same way. All right. Let me say something. Let me say something about that. Okay, because I received a comment yesterday. The kind of shucks, I can't say it the way I want to, because I'm trying to learn not to use bad words.
The frivolity again.
Let me explain. Listen, people wonder why I mess with folks like Arku and the Big Dog and Victor and those who come in my chat all the time talking smack about their teams just as I talk smack about mine, because it's fun. Because I get to sit in this chair for 3 hours and talk to any and everybody, especially when it comes to sports. Okay? We are passionate about our teams. Arku is passionate about the Thunder. Victor's passionate about the Cowboys. I about the 49ers, the Bulls, the Spurs, and the Warriors. Okay? We're passionate about our teams, but we're not stupid either.
Right, we're not blind.
Right. We're not stupid either. We see what we see, and unlike what people think, I call out my teams.
Exactly.
All right? I call out my teams every doggone time. I call out anybody, anything and everybody that don't fit with the world of sports. We had one day, where we spoke politics. Never again. Never again. Do I love what I do? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. It's just I can't with the Thunder as they handle their yeah, you can. Do they handle their business? They're handling it now. Okay? I know that. But this is fun. This is fun stuff. And you know the best part about this fun stuff? We're just going to happen to get paid for it.
Yeah.
Soon. You know, as my wife says best, people are just plain stupid.
Yeah.
So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, and all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Yes, indeed.
I love it. I love what I do.
Right.
Okay. I love what I do. I love what I do. And for those of you who don't, oh, thee will. I don't care. You understand that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm building a foundation. We are building a foundation. All right?
Mm-hmm.
We are building a foundation, man.
It's already being so much fun as it is.
If this wasn't a foundation building thing, then 11 years would not have gone by and us doing this doggone thing.
Right.
Period. Now take that and get out of my face. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? Rasul McGee joins us from the DMV area, and I know I shouldn't say it this way, but I'm gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna play it. Hey, Rasul, I got a present for you before we go to break. But while I'm talking to, you know how many people have been against us for 11 years?
For 11 years.
For 11 years. Longer than that with you and I, Victor, as long as we've been friends. Here you go. Rasul, this is for you.
Fight on, let's have
I figured I'd just play this,
right?
And instead of just saying it, because there's so many times that it's been proven that talk is cheap. Well, you know what? This ain't.
And this group may be making a return very, very soon.
It better.
Well, from what I gather,
yes, sir.
They're probably going to start off by like bringing out some vintage, old school names of jerseys. Some of the like more legendary players of Washington.
John Riggins, Joe Theismann, Art Monk.
Right. And they'll have the Redskin logo on that. See how that works. And then I would say within the next 2 years, I'm going to say next 3, you will be seeing that original logo again. Hopefully, it'll be back on that 50-yard line.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Because I'm going to say it. I know it's probably going to not be the most popular or PC thing, but as you said,
I don't care.
I don't either.
I don't care.
There was nothing wrong with the Redskin name or the Redskin logo.
If people did their research, which some of us do, they'll see that there was an association with the team and with the tribe involved. But then again, some people want to be idiots.
Yep.
I'll talk about that on Patreon. Gotta take a break. More stuff, including... I won't even say it here. I'll say it when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extra berth. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from car tips to hot topics to meet beep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I wanna cuss. I wanna cuss. I wanna cuss.
Uh-oh.
During the break.
Okay.
I saw something from the Warriors Rockets game last night.
Oh, excuse me.
You know what? I'm not even going to go there because I'm doing good so far.
You do not want to cuss.
I don't. I truly don't.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the
this.
game now.
There was a foul called with 3 seconds left. That should not have been a foul. With Jalen Green on the line, he made both free throws, and the Rockets won 91-90.
Okay.
I will just growl and move on.
Understandable.
Grrr. I know I sound like my grandchildren.
I know.
Grrr.
Grrr.
Well, what the heck am I talking about? I sound like my kids.
Right.
Grrr. Grrr. No wonder Steve Kerr went off.
Yeah.
I saw the play. I will just say this. I saw the play.
I'll have to look at it a little bit later.
And I understand why Steve Kerr went ballistic, because Steph Curry got fouled. Nothing was called. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I was going to go in because I find it really mystifying that of all the players that play like Steph, he gets the least foul calls. And he gets destroyed. He destroyed in the post. He gets destroyed.
Steph got fouled on a shot last night.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing was called.
Right. And then that foul happens. You're like, there's a discrepancy here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big discrepancy here.
There's a conspiracy theory. There's a conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
That you see a clear foul, but because he's Steph, you're not going to call it.
Right.
What? 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 Dear God. That would mean the silences that you hear in between sentences would be me filling in the blanks with
cuss words.
Yeah, with lots of cuss words. But given the fact that I'm trying to go a new direction while still being me, I'm not going to do that. I wanna.
I know. Oh no.
Why am I laughing? I just heard my wife go ahead. You know what I want to do tomorrow? When we make our picks, I want her to be our guest picker.
That'd be nice.
I'm going to try to talk her into it. I'm going to try and talk Dr. K into being our guest picker for tomorrow.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun, and that would also be hilarious. I'd love it.
I would too.
Matter of fact,
Snowman is cooking something, y'all.
Well, she has to work tomorrow. But one of these times, I'm going to get her on. I'm going to get her on here. Latina in Cali says, "I miss the old crew. It's been so long since I've caught y'all live in the morning." Listen, we know that you're busy. All right, and we appreciate all the eyes and ears that we get to the show on a daily basis.
Yes, indeed.
Kenneth Clark says, "When is your next live stream?" I'm tossing a coin.
Uh-oh. Tails.
And you know the rest of that sentence.
Right. Oh, got it.
You know the rest of it. Every time I pick tails, you know the rest of that sentence. And it ain't a good one.
No. No, not at all.
And it ain't a good one.
Not at all.
Oh Lord. I think we need a break.
Yeah, we do.
Wes Pruitt says great stuff, Snowman. Thank you, Wes. I have a bone to pick with you, Mr. Pruitt.
Uh-oh.
I begged that man to come on to the show and talk Arkansas sports or Arkansas Razorback sports. And he ain't been here yet. Of course, I know he's been busier than me and been running around all over the place, but doggone it.
Yeah.
I originally oh, what the hell?
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Wait, what?
I didn't want to do this.
Oh no. What happened?
Somebody said something aloud that you said quietly.
Me? What?
You.
What'd I do?
Boy,
Or so I say, what did I say exactly?
You know that funny segment we did about a month ago about what would make
say I quit.
Make you say I quit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You said something that has now become a suggestion.
Oh no.
Him to the bay.
Ain't no way.
There better not be.
There are talks of LeBron James.
I'm going to throw up. Yeah,
No.
Don't finish that thought, please.
No.
Don't finish that thought.
No. It's not happening.
Better not.
Snowman will go to the bay himself.
I will fly out of here. Invade the Warriors' office. And beg of them.
And he will break glass.
Forget the glass. I will beg of them personally to say,
Hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no.
Hell no. Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a sighting. The undefeated, undisputed,
the fabulous one,
comedic heavyweight champion of the world, the EP of all EPs, Cole Johnson. LeBron James, a Golden State Warrior.
And he puts the laughing emojis there.
Ain't no way.
Come here. Where is it? Where? Doggone it! I gotta find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Start here.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And what? A Brian Windhorst.
Shut up, bitch.
LeBron James, a Golden State Warrior.
Bitch, please.
The weird thing is how many Warrior fans may actually want that. No, I'm saying how many of them actually want that?
I think all the true Warrior fans are saying,
Bitch, are you for real?
Is you for real?
Is you for real?
Even Kawhi Leonard got to laugh at that. LeBron James, a warrior?
Stop it. Get some help.
LeBron James to the Bay.
Stop it. Get some help.
LeBron James in Golden State.
Why the f you lying? Why you always lying?
LeBron James wearing that gold and blue. LeBron James next to Steph Curry.
Stop it. Get some help.
LeBron James working with Draymond Green.
Bitch, are you for real?
keep going.
LeBron James under the tutelage of Steve Kerr.
Bitch, please.
No. No. No.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Absolutely.
Why? Because yes, LeBron, it is you. Always been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Now I'm going to ask everyone to forgive me as I break my streak by saying the following.
Oh, no.
Get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
Just
Cole,
This moment of bronzexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronzexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
And Cole is right. LeBron has played alongside Steph Curry for the All-Star games.
The Olympics.
And the Olympics, too.
But
82 games?
So I realized that I think even though
82 games of that, come here.
You. Or better yet, woo, I'm dying.
Give me this.
Oh, hell no!
Look.
I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
I don't mean this. This is a cartoon clip, but
Almighty the bum.
Oh,
Nobody got time for that.
no, not
and
at
for
all.
me, it would be
Emotional damage.
Let me think on that a minute. Let me just think a little bit here.
Yes, Cole. Yes, he is.
I have an answer.
It just don't add up.
And this is worse. This is worse. A worse thought. Because if he goes, Bronny got to come with him.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
So you might have Bron and Bronny as a warrior.
It just don't add up.
It is stinky.
Yeah.
I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
Where the heck with it?
Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit.
This one rumor has made us empty out almost every soundbite we have.
Kill the bat. Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit.
Hi, howdy, hello, how are you? How do you do? How are you doing? How's it going? What's going on? What's new? What do you think? What do you hear? What do you say? What do you feel? What's shaking? What's happening? K-Pasa, what's going down? What it is.
What it is.
Googly moogly. I can't believe I just dropped my pen.
Yo. Yo.
I can't believe I just dropped my pen.
The captain.
Yes, I have that. Hey, Brian, this is what I think about Brian Windhorse.
I like him. He's silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cole.
I
Ronnie
got it.
and LeBron in the Bay Area. We won't have Snowman in the morning again. The show will be titled Yo Kang Needs to Retire. Yo Kang.
I think I just broke my chair.
Deets will save me. Give me this.
Deets will save you?
Where is it? Where is the one button I need right about now? Where you at? Where are you? I can't find it.
Doggone it.
Dag nabbit dog. Yes, I can.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
No.
How is Deets going to save you?
Plain no. I saw it and I couldn't believe that Brian Windhorse, that Wendy Windhorse's name is attached to it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, brother. Now, as I said, get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronsexual Confessions.
Hell no! Holding on smoke!
Ever told you you have a serious impulse control problem?
He did what?
Oh, somebody got his head knocked off!
Lord have mercy.
Oh, somebody got his head knocked off!
No, just a helmet. Sorry, folks. My bad.
Oh, Cole, I love you for that. It'd be 2 hours of give me this camera.
Give me this camera.
Oh, goodness gracious. 2 hours of this. You fool! give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this camera. Yes, LeBron, it is you. It's always been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever. Amen.
It'll be 2 hours. It will start off with the heartbeat and it will end with the heartbeat.
I can't let that happen. Dear God in heaven, I can't let that happen. I can let this happen. Dates after a break. Oh, Lord.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn. Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E-Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Now I know what Shane means about losing control of his segments.
Yep.
Deeds, save us. Please.
Passionate.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Unflinching.
Let's go back to losing. Parking was easier.
Unrelenting.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight.
Totally.
This one has a chance.
Deeds.
That's not just a murmur. That's a full-blown fibrillation.
Good morning, Deeds. How are you, my friend?
What's going on, Snowman? How you doing, Victor?
How's it going, Deets?
After the segment I just had, I had to bring you in to help try to save the rest of the show after the rumor I heard. Let's just focus on college football, please. I mean, look, what do you think about some of these first round matchups in the playoff?
Well, we talked about it. We talked about it on Tuesday. You know, in a great segment. Love to talk to the playmaker again. That was fun. But you know, I don't like a lot. I don't like a lot of the first round matchups. I having the interconference matchup happening that doesn't sit well with me. But you know, this is the life that they set up, and
yeah.
You know, the thing is, at the bottom, you know, pretty much 1 through 8, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, it's that bottom, it's those bottom 4 that, and it's really the bottom 4, and then probably the next 2 or 3 that were just about there. You could make arguments for all of them.
Yes.
And you could put them in, and that's what my whole thing was with this is when there's no criteria, you can pretty much say whatever you want. And you can pretty much do whatever you want.
You can put anyone everywhere.
Someone has to tell me, and somebody should explain to Clemson, why is Arizona State getting a bye? Why is Arizona State considered one of the top 4 and not Clemson?
And Clemson won their conference. Clemson won the ACC.
Clemson won their conference. They beat a better opponent in their championship game. You told me that who you lose to matters. Well, they lost to 2 top 15 teams, including the one of the top 2 teams
in Georgia.
So, and their other loss in conference was against Louisville, who is also a bowl team. So where are we going? I mean, you look at Arizona State. Yeah, they beat Iowa State.
Yeah.
Only other impressive win on their schedule is BYU, and that was at home. So
and that was played to 5 points after they led big in that game.
So yeah, if you're telling me if you're telling me who you lose to matters, and that's why certain teams are going places. Well, Clemson probably has the best losses out of anybody. They also have the win over. They were able to beat They were able to hang on to SMU, and they really controlled that game for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
It was really the 4th quarter where SMU started to play football and got back into the game. They tied it up, and we all know what happened. The kid kicks an unbelievable field goal.
Yep.
But that being said, Clemson won the game. So why they got snubbed with not getting a bye? There's no mechanism for it. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
No, I like that Boise State got up there, but again, Boise State hasn't played any. They haven't beaten anybody.
Right.
So
and they got a top 4 seed.
Nobody really won their way to where they are. You look at Notre Dame is kind of the same way. Their one win was against Texas A&M, which was buried by the fact that Texas beat Texas A&M.
Yep.
So, Notre Dame don't really have any say. But I'm surprised that they fell as far as they did. I thought Notre Dame would be that next team. They would be that 5th team.
Right.
They end up falling, I believe, to 6 or 7.
They fell to 7. And you said all year that because and especially after the loss to Northern Illinois, and I want to concentrate there for a moment. Because of the loss to Northern Illinois, they bounced back. They ran everybody over. And because of the fact they're not in a conference, they will be set as the 5th seed. You predicted that all year. Why did they fall to 7?
They fell to 7 because they're Notre Dame, and that's really what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure they bumped Clemson up there because of the conference championship. I'm trying to think of why they put Texas above them. Why they did all. I mean, it's not like Texas. Also, their only big time win was against Texas A&M.
Yeah.
So again, they're right in there with Notre Dame. You go along Notre Dame's schedule. They have more quality wins than Texas does. So I can't explain it. You look at what the committee did. Well, the committee looked at it and said, "Well, Texas plays in the SEC and Notre Dame doesn't." But that shouldn't matter. Again, if there was a strict criteria to this, we'd be able to say, "All right, this is why this team is here." It's not. It's basically by spot and by team. Oh, this team. Texas is ranked 6th because they're in the SEC and they lost to Georgia twice. So their losses are better than Notre Dame's loss. Well, okay. Well, if you're going by losses, why isn't Clemson higher? Why aren't these teams higher? Why is Michigan or why is Ohio State being rewarded for losing to a bad Michigan team? Well, if you said losses matter, if you said the loss matters, why is that? Why is Alabama being kept out of this when? And I understand everybody says Oklahoma was a bad loss, but they also lost to Tennessee. They also beat Georgia.
They beat Georgia.
So Alabama can go in there and make an argument for themselves. There's a lot there to talk about. SMU. I thought the ACC was a play-in game.
Yeah,
I thought whoever lost that game would be out, and SMU ends up sneaking in.
So how did SMU get rewarded for losing their conference game with a playoff spot where they got to travel to Penn State? We'll break down all the games here in a few minutes.
Well, I think what they did, and I do have to applaud the committee for this. I do think they didn't take championship weekend. They took it as, if you win, you get rewarded. If you lose, we're not going to punish you, because of that fact that I've been saying all year. You can't punish these teams for playing an extra game.
Yeah,
right. And you can't reward other teams, but at the same time, they did reward teams like Indiana, who got it. And again, Indiana, look at their schedule. Did they? You could say, yeah, they didn't lose their way out of it. Right. They didn't win their way into a playoff.
Right. They didn't.
They didn't beat. They didn't play any of the big time Big Ten teams.
Right.
they didn't play. They didn't play Oregon. They didn't play Ohio State. They didn't play Penn State. You know,
Nope.
And actually, they did play Ohio State, and they got crushed.
They played Ohio State, and they got smacked.
That was the one big game they had. The rest of the games they didn't play the big time teams, and that's the problem with these big conglomerate conferences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have all of these games that we don't have the top teams in each conference playing each other.
Yeah,
Right.
we talked about structure earlier when it came to the Belichick situation, and for some reason, the bowl selection and the playoff selection always seems to have like this complete lack of structure. Do you think we should also add like some sort of? Because you already said we need some structure in the selection, but also could there be some structure in the schedule making? Because it seems like you can't punish a team for getting a bunch of easy games.
Well, what they've done is they've let these conferences get too big.
Mm-hmm.
They've let conferences get too big, and it's an easy fix if you take all these big time conferences and you just break them into divisions.
Yeah, and we had divisions in some of these conferences before.
You would now have eight divisions where you have teams playing each other, and you don't have to sit here and say, all right, well, they didn't play X, Y, and Z. Because no, if you have 16 teams in a conference, well, if you have 8 in one division, 8 in the other, guess what? You can do 7 against each. They play each other. They win their division. They get in. They get into the playoff, and then you have the two division winners play each other in the conference championship game. Whoever gets the bye. The other team gets into the playoff, and we seed them accordingly.
Right.
But everybody knows what they have to do to get in.
Right.
Everybody would then know, all right, if we finish second, if we make it to our conference championship, we're gonna get in the playoff. The other teams, all right, we need to schedule, we need to schedule some out of conference games so that if we finish third in our division, because our division is really hard, at least we can go out and say, well, we went to an out of conference. We played an out of conference game that wasn't Mercer or, as I always say, Ohio Community College. You can't have those games. If you're playing those games, you don't deserve to be in the playoff.
Right, because it's like a nobody team or a nobody school.
And you're gonna have years that are weird where one division is just so awful that you're gonna have those. You have to live with those. You can't structure it so that, oh well, if the conference is really bad, we can just kick you out. Like you cannot do that.
Right.
So you have to reward teams for playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem with these big time conglomerate conferences is you look at what Georgia did.
Yeah.
Georgia, if Georgia had run the table this year, we'd be talking about Georgia being one of the best teams of all time.
Yes.
They went to Texas. They went to Alabama. They played Tennessee at home. They played Georgia Tech, which turned out to be a tough game after what they did to Miami. So you look at everybody. They started the season against Clemson, another playoff team.
Yep.
They played 4 playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
When you figure they played Texas twice, they played Clemson, they played Tennessee, they also played Alabama. That's 5 games right there that are insane.
And they nearly stole that Alabama game.
Yeah, and like I said, if they had run the table and been undefeated going in, we'd be talking about this is one of the greatest teams. This is one of the hardest schedules we've ever seen somebody play.
Mm-hmm. And remember, they were held to 10 points against Mississippi on the road.
And that too. And Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss is going to play. They're going to play in a big time bowl game as well. So it's like, you just keep going down their schedule. It's like they went through all this while other teams like Texas played Georgia, and that's it.
So you fix the playoff by breaking these super conferences into divisions.
I think that's the easiest. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I mean, the best way would just be to get everybody into conferences that are like conferences and have them play it out on the field. But we all know that's a pipe dream, and that's never going to happen.
True.
But you have to make it. You have to reward teams for playing games in the regular season. Because once you stop doing that, and that's my fear of looking at how teams got into the bottom of the bracket. SMU didn't play anybody, but they had one loss. Okay, but they didn't beat anybody.
Right.
Indiana had one loss, but they didn't beat anybody. Ohio State, yeah, they beat Penn State and Indiana, but they lost to Oregon. They lost to Michigan.
They had a rematch with Oregon on their doorstep,
right?
And they choked it away by losing to Michigan.
And they choked it away. I mean, they got lucky that Miami got beat by Syracuse. They got lucky that Alabama got beat by Oklahoma. They lucked out for other teams losing, but they didn't win their way in.
Right.
And that's what I've been saying this whole time is you make it about winning. You make it winning your way to the playoff.
Right.
Not all right, we just didn't lose. That's not helpful for college football, because if I'm Alabama next year, I'm looking at my schedule and I'm saying, all right, well, we're going to play tough teams in the SEC, so we might as well just play nobody in the out of conference, and we can get 10 wins and be happy. We can get 10 wins and we have a shot at the playoff. Well, yeah. If every team starts doing that, we're not going to have fun Saturday college football until we get into conference play and they're forced to play each other.
Yeah,
and that's not something we want.
And for the longest time, when I first started watching college football, that's how it was. Nothing happened until you got into conference play. Speaking of the ACC, after a break, we'll hear Dietz's thoughts on the hiring of Bill Belichick, who's now wearing Carolina blue. And I can't wait to hear Dietz's thoughts on this. Hour 3 after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
As we started this morning, Bill Belichick is wearing Carolina blue. He's been hired as the coach of the University of North Carolina Tar Heels football team, and everyone's had thoughts on that, some positive, some negative. But let's hear from Dietz. Your thoughts on this hire?
It's neither. My thoughts are neither positive or negative. I'll go Bill Belichick. It is what it is.
Right.
You just came off having Mac Brown as your coach.
True.
So North Carolina, what are we doing here? The person I want to hear from is, you know who's probably the most upset right now?
Who?
Lawrence Taylor.
Point.
And I can tell you this for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence Taylor hates Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And now he's coaching at Lawrence Taylor's alma mater.
Yep.
I went to an autograph signing and got to meet Lawrence Taylor, and of course we're in Connecticut, so a lot of Patriot fans. Mm-hmm. So somebody asked him about how he feels about Bill Belichick, and Lawrence Taylor told the greatest story of all time. So Lawrence Taylor, when Bill Parcells was thinking about hiring Bill Belichick as his defensive coordinator,
mm-hmm.
Lawrence Taylor walked into Bill Parcells. He walked into his hotel room, walked into Parcells' hotel room and says, if you hire this special teams guy to be the defensive coordinator, I will quit football.
Oh, wow.
He said, I sat down I sat down with Bill, and we had a 2-hour discussion, and he talked me into it. And at the end of the discussion, I said, you want to make him the defensive coordinator? That's fine. Just tell him not to talk to me.
Wow.
That was what he said. This is the story Lawrence Taylor told at this thing. And I was like, this guy is awesome.
I will say this: the people who were wringing their hands and crying was most of Cowboys Nation because they were so for certain that Bill was going to come in and take over for McCarthy. I'm like, there's no chance. But here's the thing: with the structure, with this Belichick Bible that he's bringing up, with this structure that he's bringing in, how do you think the player, especially the newcomers that may come in through the transfer portal, how do you think they're going to take to that?
I don't think you're going to get a lot of I don't think you're going to hit I don't think you're going to get a lot of You're not going to get transfers to North Carolina, and there's one reason why. Most people are probably going to go there with the thought of, I'm going to play for Bill Belichick, and I'm going to go there and want to play. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to get on campus and realize they're the number 3. They're number 3.
Right.
Okay. It does not matter. North Carolina, Tar Heels, and I'll cede this. If Jay Spivey tells me I'm wrong, I'll cede it to him because he is North Carolina.
That he is.
But you tell me, from what I know about North Carolina, basketball is number 1. It does not matter. What the football team does not matter because they're looking to basketball season.
It's a basketball school. Well, the entire triangle is more so basketball than anything else.
And so those kids are going to go on campus, and we're going to play for Bill Belichick. When they realize they're not even going to be number 2 on that campus, it's going to be men's basketball, women's basketball,
and then football,
and then football. And that's the hierarchy. That's the hierarchy of how it goes at North Carolina.
And in some cases, given recent success, it may fall to number 4 because of the recent success of the baseball team.
Right. The baseball team is good. The soccer team, their soccer team is amazing.
Their soccer team's incredible.
So, that's the thing. They're going to go there thinking we're going to play top level college football. And you're going in and all of a sudden, wait, we're behind. The basketball guys are getting treated better than us. I'm going somewhere. I'm going to somewhere like Alabama. I'm going to somewhere like Auburn, where the basketball team is good, but football's still king.
Yep, but football is king.
So
you don't think that can be changed, where like they could actually give a little more respect to the football squad?
I don't think I don't see that ever getting that's never going to get uprooted at North Carolina. It's the same way at Duke. You're never going to you're never going to outbeat the basketball team.
Right.
And that goes to the basketball team has had so many championships. They've had so many great players come through there. And you've seen great players at North Carolina. North Carolina has had three number 1 picks.
I mean, who's the one we always think of when we talk about UNC?
Julius Peppers.
Well, Julius Peppers. I'm talking about from basketball.
Oh, for basketball, it's Michael. Come on,
Jordan. Right. But, so I agree. Most people are going to come because of that, and I think the only way you could have gotten that is with Belichick's name, because the same thing we had with Colorado. But Colorado is a different monster because Colorado was basically didn't have anything.
Yeah, Colorado's a different animal.
And it's a different animal too, because in Colorado, football drives Colorado. Colorado has always been a football school.
Yeah,
you go back to the Bobby Ross days. You go back to the you go back to the days of Cordell Stewart and Michael Westbrook.
And Bill McCarthy, with Bill McCarthy being our coach.
Bill McCarthy and all of that stuff, all of those kinds of Colorado has always been a football school. Basketball, they've had good basketball teams and they've had good basketball players. Chauncey Billups.
Yep.
So they've had good players, but the basketball team never usurped the football team.
Never usurped football.
Even when the football team was going 1-10 and they were a dreadful team. Football still ruled the day in Colorado.
They still had sellout crowds,
and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen at North Carolina. It doesn't matter what North Carolina could win the ACC, go to a playoff.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter because the basketball team is going to be in the tournament. They're going to make a deep run in the tournament because they always do.
Right.
So, I mean, unless you have like a decade of just complete North Carolina, or where the Tar Heels basketball just completely falls off the face of the earth, and they don't make the tournament for like a decade, but that's never gonna happen at North Carolina. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
That's not realistic for North Carolina. North Carolina in 10 years they'll probably make 9 tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And probably a lot of them as number one seeds.
Something you had said a while back in your first few years on the show. You said one of the best coaches they've ever had was Larry Fedora, and it's because he spoke the truth about college football and how that hierarchy plays out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's starting to play. It's starting to play out here with the playoff, and now with Carolina hiring Bill Belichick as their coach.
Mm-hmm.
You said some time back, Dietz, that in the future they'd go for a big name instead of someone who can really help the program. Do you believe that even more now with them hiring Belichick?
I think so. What really is going to come down, and this is how it is. It's still, can you recruit? It's can you get Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick is a personal guy. From all the people I've never talked to him. But from everybody who has talked to him, they've always said he's a different guy in front of the mic than he is sitting down in your living room.
Really?
And that's always what they've said. Like Bill Belichick, like he's a personable guy. He's funny. He's worldly. He's a worldly guy. The problem is the perception of Bill Belichick is he's a curmudgeon. He's not going to look at, when you're recruiting these kids, you have to be able to be that guy. You have to be the guy that these parents are saying, yeah, you can have my kid.
That has the charm.
You have my kid's best. You have my kid's best interest at your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Is that anything we've ever thought about Bill Belichick? No, we've always thought he has the team and football before anything
else. Yeah, he has that stink face that most people can't.
And a lot of those kids, a lot of parents are not. They're not going to send their kid there.
No,
they're not going to send their kid there because they're going to be like, no, he's going to look out for the football team. He's not looking out for my kid.
Great point.
So he needs to surround himself with good recruiters who can go in and say, hey, look, Bill is a great guy. Let's get Bill on the phone right now and do it that way, because that's what's going to be the selling point. The point to getting them there is, hey, Bill Belichick's the coach. The second step is, hey, this is going to be a good spot for your kid. Your kid is going to learn here. So,
lot to sort through.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. On Tobacco Road, lot to sort through. Let's take one final break, and when we come back, we will preview the first round matchups and make our predictions yet again. But these first round matchups are going to be a lot more fun. So we're going to take a deep dive into those, and we'll take you through the rest of the show after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family. So the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right, let's take a look at the first round matchups. And the one that I want to concentrate on as we welcome you back to the show is Ohio State and Tennessee in Columbus. Now, many have come to me that are Buckeye faithful and they're confident. I am of the opposite. I mean, you play this game, you play this game without fear, yes. But I think Ohio State has a lot to fear from Tennessee coming into their house next Saturday.
Well, they got to be perfect. They cannot make careless mistakes like they did against Michigan.
Yeah, they can't. That's been their Achilles heel all year is making making mistakes. But the other Achilles heel that they have is that offensive line in their pass protection. Their pass protection is going to get tested. They haven't had a big test in that regard, and Tennessee has a lot of good pass rushers.
They do.
They
have great pass rushers, but something else we've always said on the other side of the ball, two things. Well, actually, with this game all together, and I'll turn it back to Deets. Two things that they travel with: a defense and a running game. All that's going to be true next Saturday night.
And the key to this game is going to be tempo. It is who controls the tempo, because we all know Chip Kelly. the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, we know he likes to run fast.
Right.
Josh Heupel runs even faster.
Right.
So whoever's off and clicking, that's gonna be the key to this game. Is gonna be who's controlling, and it's a lot of people will look at time of possession as you controlled the game. That's not going to be the case in this one. This one's going to be fast paced, and who's getting their offense going. Because that's the way that these two teams play. For Tennessee and in 8 play, 1 minute and a half drive, it is a great drive for them.
Right.
Yes.
For most teams, they're like, wait, a minute and a half, we probably didn't get that far. They're up and down the field. That's how they go.
Right. So they can't have Tomlinitis where they play down to the other team's level. They have to play their game. Both teams have to play their game.
Yeah, and you saw that's what happened in in Columbus against Michigan. Ohio State was really never able to get out and hit the big plays and run their tempo offense. They weren't able to do that. And the other big thing in Ohio State right now is the kicker. How is that kid going to recover from missing a big kick?
That would have tied the game. That would have tied the game.
That can destroy a kid. That can, especially a college kid, that can destroy a kicker at times.
It can.
It destroyed him to the point where no one now is looking at Ohio State to be viable and be dangerous. I'm not looking at them that way either. And all you have to do is look at their performance against Michigan. But to bring up something that you've said before, Dietz, look at their offensive line.
Yeah,
the problems they've had on the line.
They make up for a lot. They make up for a lot of that. A lot of their offensive line they make up by getting a lot of those quick throws out. A lot of their big plays are yards after the catch. And that's one thing that Ekuba, he's great after the catch.
Right.
And he's a great guy. He's a great route runner. You got Jeremiah Smith, who is an amazing talent. But they have to be able to get down the field. If they can't get 10 yards down the field, you have to find ways to get them the ball. Get them the ball in space. Before if your guy's dropping back and getting sacked, and Will Howard's running for his life, well, you're not going to be able to find those guys.
True. Very true. Who do you think takes it? I say Tennessee. We all say Tennessee takes this one in the horseshoe.
I think it's Tennessee. I think it's Tennessee as well. I have too much faith in that offense, and I love Nico, the quarterback. I think he brings an extra element that Ohio State hasn't seen.
Yeah,
he's able to work within the pocket, but he's also able to escape within the pocket.
Absolutely.
And when he escapes the pocket, that's when he's most dangerous.
Yeah.
So, and not with his legs, he's dangerous manipulating the defense and throwing the ball down the field.
Yep. And that's the most dangerous thing. Now to Notre Dame and Indiana. Dietz, you're first.
I think this is going to be a repeat of Indy. I think it's going to be a repeat of Indiana, Ohio State, where I think Indiana comes out and they do exactly what they did in that game, where they come out, they throw that first punch, they get the first score, they probably make Notre Dame stop Notre Dame, and they're feeling good about themselves. But Notre Dame, the thing about Notre Dame is they just keep coming, and all of a sudden you're worn down by the end of the game, and their fresh legs are just going.
And it's also in South Bend.
Right.
That atmosphere is going to be something else.
Yeah, a playoff game at home, touchdown. Jesus is going to be all over the place. And I say it all the time because it's one of the greatest quotes of all time. If you're going to Notre Dame, do not leave the game in the hands of the officials.
Right.
Jimmy Johnson said it, and it came true, and it's been true ever since.
Yeah,
I think Notre Dame has too many horses, and Indiana's not ready for a team like Notre Dame.
Right.
How must Curtis Rourke perform if Indiana even thinks about an upset?
He can't make mistakes. He can't turn the ball over.
Right.
If you turn the ball over against Notre Dame, that's when they start to kill you.
Yeah.
And we saw that against Army. Once Army got out of their game and Notre Dame started forcing turnovers, all of a sudden they got a big lead and Notre Dame just rode their horses, which is their running game. They're going to ride those guys all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to Penn State. SMU and Penn State. And Dates, I'll start with you. Your thoughts on that game?
I like Penn State in this one. I know a lot of people are going to look at what SMU did in the fourth quarter against Clemson. What I look at, which is the real SMU team?
Right.
Is it the fourth quarter team or is it the team that fell down 21-3? Because if they fall down to Penn State, again, Penn State is going to run the football. They've got a great running game. Drew Aller is a competent passer and competent enough to get by SMU. So I think if you're looking for an upset, that's probably the best one in the playoff. SMU probably has the best chance to go because going into this isn't like going in facing Joe Pa. In Happy Valley, it's winnable. It's winnable in Happy Valley now.
And there's the case of one James Franklin.
Yeah, that's a winnable place now. It's not like we're talking about with Notre Dame. It's not like we're talking about with the horseshoe where it's rocking. It really does. Happy Valley really doesn't scare people anymore.
No.
And part of that is because most of what Penn State does is on offense. It's not the defense that it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that plays a lot into it. I mean, they haven't been linebacker U for a while now.
Right.
So, so that tells you a lot. But I think Singleton, the running back, awesome. He's just awesome. So I think Penn State has a lot. And like I said, I like that kid tight end, the tight end that they have lined up at quarterback for reasons. I still have no idea why you snap the ball to the tight end playing quarterback. It's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that a couple times against Oregon. One more to look at, and then we'll get on out of here. And that is Clemson and Texas in Austin. And that's the middle game of the triple header.
And again, if this were in Death Valley, I would say, all right, Clemson's got a shot. Mm-hmm. But in Austin, no way.
No way. And I think Texas pulls away, and they get started early after being punched in the mouth twice by Georgia. Texas has a lot to prove in this game.
Yeah,
and I think what Texas has to do in this game. Texas has to get established early. And by that I mean they have to throw the ball to their wide receivers early.
Yeah, they got to play mad but not reckless.
You saw that against Georgia. You saw once they started getting they didn't get their wide receivers involved for a long time.
Right.
And once they did, they started moving the ball up and down the field. They started moving the ball on Georgia. I think Sark has to go back and look at that and say, we need to get the ball in the hands of our playmakers early, get them in a feel of the game. Then we can start running the ball. We can start running our screens that they do so well. They can start doing that when they spread the field out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be something to look at. It's all about the college football playoff.
But we forgot about the best game coming up.
Oh.
The game I'm interested in is on Saturday.
Army Navy.
Best the best it is college football at its best.
Why couldn't that be a playoff game, man?
Yeah,
I know, and we're gonna see. Bryson Daly. I mean, this kid, what this kid does at quarterback is so much fun to watch.
Should be.
I don't care if he's running. I don't care if he's throwing. I don't care what he's doing. He makes the game fun.
Should be a Heisman candidate. We never got a chance to discuss this with you on the floor now.
He should be in there. He's going to be the leading NCAA. He's going to lead the NCAA in touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He right now he's tied, and they are -1 game.
Yes,
and but you always know it doesn't matter. Army's playing great. Navy had a good season, not a great season, but none of that matters. None of that matters on Saturday. Because one side is screaming beat Army, one side screaming beat Navy. And at the end of the game, it as I've said, Iowa's got the best tradition, second best tradition. At the end of the game, they go and they listen to the pep bands. They listen to their music. That is always great, and it's so good to see the respect that these guys have for each other.
Absolutely,
because they know, hey, when this game ends, we're all on the same team.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait for that one. 3:30 on Saturday, and that's Chris Dietz joining us for this extended edition of Totally Dietz. He's going to be around with me when we start covering the playoff games, and it's going to be a fun one. Dietz, thank you, buddy. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy, and we'll talk more in depth next week because we still got a week to go till these games are played.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Dietz.
All right, guys.
Passionate.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Unflinching.
Let's go back to losing. Parking was easier.
Unrelenting.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight.
Totally.
This one has a chance.
Dietz.
That's not just a murmur, that's a full-blown fibrillation.
Boy, next week's going to be a full-blown fibrillation. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. Always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. So long, everybody.